All right, so hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Plastic Hi-Fidelity, brought to you here in living color tonight. So, yesterday I got in some parts for the radio. Now, this is of course, the Bordentown, the RCA RHC 37L. Sorry. And so about 9:30 last night, Central Daylight Time, I got it all sewn up, and I've actually had this radio on for this entire period. So right now it is 6:17 in the evening, Wednesday, June 11th, and this radio has been playing about 21 hours nonstop. Now, I'm just doing a burn in because I want to make sure that it's going to be okay. The transformer is warm. It's not hot. It don't burn you to touch it. These outputs and these heat sinks right here, I don't know, maybe it's just from where the air conditioning is being on or something, but the other main thing was that we just didn't get the all of the capacitors that I was looking for. I tried both DigiKey and Mauser, and some of them, are just, they don't have them in stock, or they're just not available in any sort of voltage that we could use. And of course, you can go up in voltage from the original and up in capacitance if you need to. You don't need to go far. But these were just, right now unobtainable from those two sources. I don't necessarily want to go on to eBay and try to find capacitors, because the ones that I have looked for look like they all had Russian names and probably made in Russia or something. I'm not saying they're not good components, but I don't know. I just don't trust them. And I've heard other people on YouTube videos and other things say the same thing. Now, the big cap, it's 1500 microfarad, 25 watts. 25 watts, 25 volts. Now that one right there is a Nichicon, and this is the one that it replaced. This is a big old capacitor. So one of those molded, looks like, just poured in there. So this one has been replacing it, much smaller. I think it's the same diameter, it's just smaller. Now there's the other one. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll go down here to this resistor right here. That is a 68 ohm 2-watt wire wound resistor. Now the reason I replaced that is because one leg of it is on the AC line, and I thought it would be just prudent, more or less like a fuse, if it was replaced with a new one, and get rid of the one that's 59 years old, which is this one right here, 68 ohm. So the reason I clipped it out and soldered this one in like that is because of the metal frame underneath. I couldn't get to it. So, no big deal, it works. Now that capacitor next to it, that was a 250 mic 25 volt, and this is the one that one replaced. Now I've checked these capacitors, every one of them are way out of spec or specifications. I know that right there is a date code, so that could have been the 49th week of 1965. So it's an old capacitor, and they all sound like rocks. And so you can see it, that little blue one right there in between the two heat sinks. The 100 microfarad, 25 volt. So this is the one that it replaced. This one was about 330 microfarads. Yeah, I thought about calling 911 for that one. So, yep. Now, what I've pretty much done was just refresh the power supply. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but let me see if I can shed a little light on it down in there. My lighting is very poor. Right there it is. Yeah, there we go. Well, let's not get so much light on it. I replaced both diodes with modern silicon diodes. And of course there are the rectifiers, you know, in the power supply. And they were kind of like, you know, this. Which I find quite amazing. But they were even actually still good. They still had a reading in one direction, and that's normal. But they're genuine RCA way back. And so I got something on my thumb right there. What is that? I don't know, but it bothers me. But anyway, that is a representation of good quality, and they're germanium or germanium. I don't know which one it is. I'd have to look it up and see what the real word is. And so there was two of them, and watch me knock the speaker off on the floor. And so, original equipment, amazing. And so that's basically what I've done, was refresh the power supply. And it's been working really well. So, and that's a good thing. That's what I wanted. But I'm not going to wait around and see if I can find these capacitors. This chassis is easy to get out. And so if I do, and I'll keep looking, there's two of them right there, those two little blue ones. These two axials. Now, axial lead capacitors are almost impossible to find anymore anyway. So I probably could have found something, but it might have been bigger in order to cover that lead space. But either way, I mean, I'm just hoping that these other original RCA components in here hold up. Of course, again, this radio might work for another several years. I kind of hope it does. Now, the one good thing, too, that came yesterday was that the dial light bulb. Yep, got that replaced, too. So now, keep from getting a copyright strike. I probably shouldn't have been listening to that station there at low volume, but it's like we're gonna
protections. What do you see? Do you need?
But you weren't allowed to go. Is that our birth Christian?
We're gonna. Thanks.
and almost 24 hours on the air. It's still working really well. So that's the first time it's been turned off. Now I'll check to see if it'll come back on. We should be able to tell by the dial light. Good. It did. Instantly. So there we have it. Now got the cabinet all finished up today, and well, I put some new felt pads underneath on the legs, And I took some fretboard oil that you clean the fretboard on a guitar with. It's sitting on something over there, but I cleaned it up really good, and all the inside, all that dust and everything is all gone. I put these back down. I guess it was some kind of a shock absorber, vibration absorber or something that was there originally. They were still with it. And I also decided that, I was going to get some stuff like something to cover up some dents in it, some nicks. But you know what? I decided against that. I'm going to leave this radio on its original patina, like on the dial. Oh, look at that dial knob. You see that? That used to be shiny and chrome like the other knobs, but it's been handled by so many hands over the years. And I could have gotten some chrome spray paint and repainted it, made it look all new, just like these knobs and other things, but nah. We're going to keep the original patina. And the speaker still looks good, and it still sounds good. Voice coil and everything is in good shape. Transformer, yeah, I mean, it's finally going to cool off, but it's not hot. It's amazing. This might have been a good thing for it, and then again, over time, it could have been a bad thing. I don't know. I hope not. So later tonight, after I have my evening meal or supper, I'm going to start putting this thing back in the cabinet and set it up on top of my refrigerator, where it's going to be the main music maker in the house, other than the all of my polystyrene Hi-Fidelity equipment, stereophonic, monophonic. And so we're going to end it here. There will be another video after I get this back together, and it's all been cleaned up and everything. It looks decent. It looks really good to me. So one thing I do want to say before I go is that in case you haven't heard, and if you're a music lover from my era, the 60s, 70s, and whatever, that Brian Wilson, the Beach Boys, died today at 82 years old, and another great music legend gone. Founder of the Beach Boys and singer-songwriter, Brian Wilson. And so, may God rest his soul. Okay, so we'll see you in the next video, and there will be a video after that, because got a surprise coming tomorrow. I think you might get a kick out of it, I don't know. But anyway, that'll do it for today. So thanks for watching, everybody. Wait a minute. There was one more thing I was going to say. What was it? No, okay, never mind. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching, and come back and, yeah, while you're on here, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Hitting that like button, they say, the YouTube algorithm really loves it. I know this channel will never monetize or anything like that, but I enjoy doing it. It's like I do my railroad videos on my other channel. So, yeah, go ahead and just do it, keep everybody happy. So until the next time, we'll see you later.